Hi, it's Thursday, and I know we're normally here on Friday, but this week, given what's transpired today, we're doing a show tonight instead of tomorrow night. So our next show will be Monday, and this will be a little shorter too, by the way. Uh, Trade deadline is come and gone. We'll talk about not just the Tiger trades that they made today or late last night, and the deadline was 6 o'clock, but the Tigers made a deal just under the deadline, a minute or two before 6, which really didn't get announced until about 6:10 or 6:15, and that's why I wanted to wait before I came on. Anyway, football tonight. Are you ready for some football? Yeah, it's starting tonight. And isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic, folks? By the way, I'm Rick Arsenal, and welcome. This is Time Out Overtime, the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel, live and direct from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. As I said, I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. If you haven't done so yet, please get down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button. We've been stuck on 95 for a while. I'd like to get to 100. So with your help, I think we can do that. So pass the word if you would, please. Thank you. So let's do this. Anyway, it was about 10 after 6:15 before all of the last minute trades that were consummated came into the MLB league office. It was a very active day, by the way. If you're planning on hitting the road this summer, make your first stop Frank Beck Chevrolet. Let Beck Service Pros make sure your vehicle is ready for any trip. Beck can check all the belts, hoses, electrical connections to make sure there are no surprises waiting out there. Let them check the brakes, tires, especially the cooling and air conditioning units. Have them top off all the fluids. Like I said, check the tires for air, and there you go. You're ready to go. So wherever your vacation plans are near or far around this great state or great country of ours, make sure your vehicle can make that trip safely. Call the service department at 517-849-2886 to make your appointment, or stop by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Follow them on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Get in there and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Chevrolet together, let's drive. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 selling Chevrolet dealer in our area. That's a great idea. Get in there. Where has the summer gone? Summer's almost over. School will be starting in a few weeks. I don't think it's any coincidence that the first football game is tonight, and the weather has cooled off considerably. Anyway, what a difference, huh? Let's hope it stays like this for a while. I don't know about you, but I have my fill of that heat and humidity. I don't ever remember a summer like this. Anyway, we're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance in downtown Jonesville on the corner of M99 and US 12. That's BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. As I said, on the corner of in downtown Jonesville, on the corner of M99 and US 12. Barrett Insurance, BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Tigers is the bullpen better now than it was 24 hours ago? I would say yes. How much better? Time will tell. That remains to be seen. I think the most significant acquisition for them today was picking up the Washington Nationals closer, Kyle Finnegan. ERA of 20 out of 26 saves, ERA of 4.35. But in his case, I think he's better than what that ERA might indicate, especially for a relief pitcher. If you have just one or two bad outings, it'll skew that ERA and make that look rather deceiving. And he's a decent pitcher. I think he'll help in the back end. They also, just under the deadline, picked up the Orioles starter, Charlie Morton, the veteran Charlie Morton, who has not had that good of a year. He's been okay, But pitching at Camden Yards isn't nearly the same as it is pitching at Comerica Park, if you know what I mean. Obviously, the dimensions at Comerica Park are much more challenging to a hitter than they are at Camden Yards. I remember a start he made against the Tigers when they were there in June. I think it was on June the 10th. I thought he did pretty. The Tigers won the game, but I thought he pitched pretty well that night. I think it was a quality start. It wasn't that bad. You have to look at their starters right now, at least for the series coming up in Philadelphia. Jack Flaherty will pitch tomorrow night. Skubal goes on Saturday night, and then Troy Melton will pitch Sunday Night Baseball. Then they come home to play the completely depleted Minnesota Twins. They had the Twins and the Orioles were the two teams that had major sell-offs today, fire sales. With the exception of Byron Buxton, the Twins pretty much got rid of everybody. They lost at least two, maybe three starting pitchers. One of them went to the Tigers. Joe Ryan went to the Red Sox today. Willie Castro is now a Cub. Carlos Correa is back with the Astros in a move that they had to make because they lost their third baseman, Isaac Paredes, for the season with a torn hamstring, not strained or pulled, torn hammy. So they had to do something. So, and they immediately announced that he will play third base. So a move that they desperately had to make. Correa, I think his best years are behind him. He did okay for the Twins, but like I said, the Poland family is attempting to sell the Minnesota Twins. They are for sale, and all is not well if you're a Twin fan right now. We'll see if they're able to get that done. Of course, that would include Target Field as well. But and as I said, the Orioles complete fire sale. As far as other significant moves, the Padres were busy today. I think they're better now than they were yesterday. Trying to keep up with the Dodgers. Padres desperately tried to get Steven Kwan away from the Guardians. I don't know what they were asking, but they ended up not trading him. I don't know how serious Cleveland was about trading him anyway. The Tigers did get Paul Sewell, relief pitcher from the Guardians, who's on the injured list right now. He won't be able to pitch until September. I trying to remember Sewell pitching against the Tigers last year in middle relief. I don't think it was that bad. He looked all right to me, it's what I can remember. So we'll see. They made several deals. They did get Kyle Finnegan. That was the Nationals closer. And as I said, I think he's better than what his numbers, especially the ERA, would indicate. I think he'll help in the back end of the bullpen. Charlie Morton, the starter, though. Like I said, you've got Flaherty goes tomorrow night, and then Skubal Saturday night, Troy Melton Sunday Night Baseball, and then the Tigers come back here to face, as I said, a completely depleted Minnesota Twin team. I would think next Monday night, Casey Mize is probably going to start, and let's hope he gets his act together. He just hasn't been very effective in his last, 3 or 4 outings now. Casey Mize, I think, is scheduled to start the Monday night against the Twins. And then Chris Paddock, the former Twin, who looked pretty good yesterday against Arizona, will face his old team on Tuesday night. And then to round out that series on Wednesday afternoon, I think you're going to see Jack Flaherty again. So, where does Charlie Morton fit in here? I don't know. Is he going to be relegated to the bullpen, or we'll find out anyway? There were more deals made today than I thought there would be. There were a flurry of activities. The Yankees. Oh boy, Brian Cashman. You talk about a man who's desperate, paranoid about losing his job. in spite of everything that the Yankees have done in the last several days, going back to last weekend, there's still no guarantee they're making the playoffs, especially not with Aaron Judge out right now on the IL. Let's look at this. There's still a guarantee. I think Toronto is, in spite of the fact they've lost 4 of the last 5 games, I think Toronto is still winning the American League East. I think Houston's got a battle on their hands now with Seattle to see who wins the American League West. Whichever team does it will be a wild card contender. Let's look at this now. You've got the Astros and the Mariners battling it out for first place in the American League West. Interesting too that you're looking at the National League. The Brewers did nothing today. They're fine. They feel like they're fine with what they've got. Cubs did go out and get the Willie Castro from the Twins. So the wild card, I think Toronto is going to win the East. When it's all said and done, well, I still think somehow Houston is going to win the West. It'll be close. Tigers will win the Central. And then you've got maybe 5 wild card contenders for 3 spots. Yankees, Red Sox, even the Rays, either the Mariners and the Astros, and the Rangers. There's no guarantee the Yankees are going to make the playoffs, in spite of everything that they've done. None. But look at Brian Cashman doing what he did. All the deals that he made the last several days, he must have gutted his farm system. Spending money like a drunken sailor. I mean, spending anyway. What's wrong with him? Is the guy on Thorazine or something, or what? I'm not a Yankee fan anyway, but after seeing this, I hope the hell they don't make the playoffs. I'm rooting against them more than ever that they don't get in there. Boy, it's possible too that the Tigers could be playing Toronto in the playoffs. Charlie Morton, who faced them many times in their same division, the American League East. He's certainly familiar with the Blue Jays lineup. Who knows? Maybe that's why they decided to bring him in. I think Charlie Morton is going to surprise a lot of people as a starter. I really do. He's not a swing and miss guy, but he just knows how to pitch. So, all in all, am I disappointed in what the Tigers didn't do? I thought they had a shot at getting David Bednar from the Pirates. But apparently, they felt like their asking price was too high. I thought the Yankees did give up too much to get him. They gave up at least 2, maybe 3 major league ready players who are now in the minor leagues. Unproven, yes, but I still think they gave up too much for Bednar, who 2 years ago was okay. Last year he was awful. This year he's kind of made a bit of a comeback, but I just don't. In my opinion, I think the Yankees gave up too much to get David Bednar. Tigers will no doubt see him when they go to Yankee Stadium in September. Joe Ryan went to the Red Sox as a starter from the Twins. Lots of activity today, more than I thought that there would be. And like I said, time will tell if the Tigers bullpen is better. I think it is better now. How much better? We'll find out. That's all I can tell you. Okay, before we talk a little bit about tonight's football game, let's do this. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale. As you know, we wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for the help of Tim Lindley at Quality PC, Lendley. He and his crack staff over there, very good. 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-5372. Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, across the street from Fat Shack's Automotive, maybe 100 yards west of Howell Street. This is the only place to go for technical service assistance. Any technical issues you have at all, there is no other place to go. This is not a big decision. There's one place to go, and it's Quality PC downtown Hillsdale. Anything at all. Computers, never used. Flat screen TV, mounting, programming, setup. Perhaps you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Printers, never used, anything at all. Please, folks, get in there and see Tim or one of his staff. They're more than capable of resolving any technical issues you have at all. It's the only place to go, and we're so lucky to have them here. Again, 517-610-5372, or better yet, get in there and see them at 37 Walter Street. Tell them me, Miggy sent you. Thank you very much. 8 o'clock tonight, NBC. Mike DeRico, Chris Collinsworth, and a special guest in the booth. I'll give you a clue. You're looking live at Canton, Ohio. He'll be with them in the second half. Dan Campbell's already said top 2 draft picks, Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge, will not be playing tonight. They'll probably be suited up. You'll see them on the sidelines. Isaac Tesla will be playing. Ahmed Hassanin will be playing. I'm looking forward to see these guys. The other rookie wide receiver, Dominic Lovett, he should get some playing time. Hendon Hooker, we'll see him tonight. Interesting to see how he looks. I think he's starting the first half anyway. In the battle for backup. Anything else I want to tell you about tonight's game? Should be a lot of Lion fans there. Oh, I know what I want to tell you, too. The Lions have restructured Alex Anzalone's contract. It's loaded with the incentives. So he will get more money this year, and this is the final year of his deal, 3-year deal. Yeah, Dan Campbell, apparently, one reason Alex Anzalone might have been pounding when he first arrived on the scene at training camp was that apparently his coach, Dan Campbell, told him this is Jack Campbell's defense now. He will be wearing the red dot, the green dot, which means he'll be communicating with defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard. And then one thing, too, if you haven't seen it, it's out now. You can get it up on YouTube. 2025 edition of Inside the Den, Episode 2, which covers the War Room, the weekend draft. A lot in there about what transpired in February at the Combine. They talked with the fella that scouted Isaac Tesla, Dakota Duncan. They showed a lot of Tesla's highlights from Hillsdale College. It's a must for any Lion fan. Lasts about 50 minutes. 2025 edition of Inside the Den, Episode 2. Very enjoyable. Very well done. Very well produced. Like I said, it covers the weekend draft, what transpired in the War Room, what went on at the Combine last February. Shows a Lion. Tyleik Williams showed him landing at the airport in a private plane, being brought to Allen Park in a big blue Ford F-150. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's all good. Very well produced, and like I said, it's a must for any Lion fan. Inside the Den, Episode 2. You get it up on YouTube. It lasts about 15 minutes, so very enjoyable. Okay, that's going to do it. It's almost time for football. I think I've got you caught up on everything that transpired today as far as the Major League trade deadline went. Enjoy the game tonight. It's good to have football back, isn't it? And like I said, it's good to have some cooler weather back right along with it. Like they just kind of came together. So until Monday now. Don't forget, I'm not doing a show tomorrow night. Until Monday, but don't forget Saturday morning, Andy and Jed and I will be discussing a lot of this from 9 to 10 locally here on WCSR 92.1 FM on the Timeout Show with Andy. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, have yourselves a great weekend. Please remember to treat each other with respect. I can't thank you enough for watching and listening. And like I said, give us a listen Saturday morning. We'll be talking a lot about this, a lot of football and a lot of baseball Saturday morning. So give us a listen. In the meantime, as far as we go here, I'll talk to you all again on Monday. So, like I said, have yourselves a great weekend. So long, everybody. Enjoy the game. Bye bye.